All right, Keefe D, how's it going?
I'm doing all right. How you doing?
I'm good, man. Just grinding.
That's right. That's right.
That's what's up, man. So, everybody knows who you are, man. You know, everything that's, been going on. And so we're just going to get right into it. Let's take it all the way back. When did you move to Compton?
Moved to Compton 1965.
Okay, what was it like during that time?
It was all literally white, all white. And it started changing like 68, 69. Started turning into the black community. Yeah.
Oh, okay. You live with both of your parents?
Yeah, both of my parents, I was raised by both of my parents. Mostly our whole community was raised by both our parents. You know, a lot of people say single moms, but that shit ain't true. Back in the early 60s and 70s, black families was more together. They had both of their parents and everything.
It was more of a peaceful neighborhood at that time.
Yes, yeah.
So it was lower crime. And then when did you see everything start? You seen everything? You said 68, everything started to change?
More blacks was coming in, 68, 69, 70. The blacks started coming in more, yeah. And crime rate went up like in 1972 it started going up. Stuff like that, yeah.
Okay.
And like Alondra, Compton Boulevard, Rosecrans, they used to have everybody used to take them streets to go home. Once the crime rate went up, shit, people started jacking them people on Alondra, so they built the 91 freeway from like 73, so to get all the people up out of there quicker.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Did you have any brothers and sisters?
Yeah, I got 5 brothers and 6 sisters.
How old were you when you started to get involved in the streets?
About 12 to 13 years old. Yeah.
Okay, 12 to 13. Okay, so your hood started around 1971?
Yeah, 71.
And it was called the Us Boys.
Us Boys started before 71. Us Boys started like 69, 70. Then they turned into South Side about 71, half of 71, 72, in between 71 and 72. I don't remember that far back.
Okay. And what made the change? How come you guys changed?
I don't know. You got to ask my older homies, man. I was a
Okay.
kid, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. You know. But I got in about when I was like 7th grade, 8th grade. Got in, yeah.
You got jumped in?
No.
No?
No, my family big, man.
Oh,
we
so
like
your whole
started
family was-
Southside. Or our street started Southside really.
Oh,
Birds
okay.
Lane, yeah, it's called Birds Lane. It really started Southside.
Oh, your brothers were from. Oh, so your whole family was a lot of your family was from there.
No, just my 3 older brothers
Oh, okay.
and all my homeboys that was on my street, like Dennis Johnson. He played for the Boston Celtics. All his brothers, he had like 17 brothers, and he lived on our street too. Dennis Johnson, the redhead kid, played for the Boston Celtics
Oh,
back in the
okay.
days with Larry Bird and them.
Oh,
And
no shit.
yeah, he from our street.
Oh, okay.
And we had
And you were playing football.
yeah. I played football from like 1971 till I got into high school.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So that's where you first met Suge.
Yeah, I met Suge, and when I was on the midgets, he played on the midgets with me. His dad, and them and his uncles were our football coach and stuff. He was the center, and I played running back and stuff. His cousins, Ronald and Donald, one of them played quarterback, and the other one played tight end. Yeah.
Oh, okay. You used to go hang at their house and everything?
Oh, after the games, we win the games, we'd go over there and have hot dogs, chips, back in the days.
Right.
Hot dog chips and the little fruit punch thing, where you throw the little ice cream in the fruit punch. That's a
Yeah.
black thing back in the days. Yeah, we used to do that, go swimming at their house after we win and shit, yeah.
What was going on at 12 years old that made you want to be a part of a gang?
No, it's just like our neighborhood is like a family, man. So, there ain't no way around it, dude.
So it was like you just grew up and that was
Yeah.
just like what you seen?
Yeah, it's all fam.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what was going on around that time? Was there a lot of fights? Was there still shootings?
No, it was mostly fights and stuff like that. Yeah.
Okay. Well, what time did the shooting start?
About maybe like 78, 79, started really getting bad.
Okay. Is there any particular situation that stands out that you go, okay, that's when things really started to get there?
The click, not really. It was just, you know, it was money getting over there. We was getting money and shit. You know, that's just part of our community, you know. Yeah. But everybody wasn't just getting in the game, though. You had to be somebody, you know. Yeah.
Okay. All right. How did you get into the dope game?
Shit. Uh, this is a baseball coach at Compton College. I was a ball boy back there, bad boy and shit. So when I got older, he was buying a little weed. So one day I went up there. He asked me to buy some weed. I went up there, sold him some weed. He like, man, he pulled out his little dresser drawer. Shit, he had like 8 ounces. And that shit was costing like $3,500 an ounce. Like, damn. Got home, I'm balling. That's the way I felt, you know. And then it started rolling from there, you know.
And then you started getting into coke and everything else
Yes,
later?
selling. No, I was selling coke then. Once he gave me he fronted me 8 ounces. Shit, I got back home with that shit, and all the big homies that ate me up. I mean, you know, everybody wanted to buy an ounce from me. So shit, I was like ready the next day. He like, damn, you did that shit fast. And he got to teaching me the game, telling me don't use that shit. And he even told me this shit, the cocaine is better than a nut. So like, damn, you don't want nothing better than a nut. You know, I'm like, damn, homie, yeah, that's real. Yeah, and he tried,
Damn.
yeah,
So you opened up around 81, 82, you opened up some crack houses?
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I had like 3 crack houses back then, like 81, 82.
You got any stories from those?
We just Eazy-E was messing with us back then too, and we used to cook over his house, cook up the rocks.
Is that how you met Eazy?
No, I knew him before him. He had his cousin was from our neighborhood named Horse, Big Horse, and he was around then. He's like a little kid.
Okay. And so you knew Eazy from when you guys were kids? Young?
Yeah, when we was younger.
Okay.
Yeah,
So you guys were doing business together?
yeah. He really with my little brother. He was like the same age. He was messing around. They was doing everything together. I was a little older than him, but we used to go over there in his mom's kitchen and cook up the crack. Once we converted from powder to crack, that's when we started cooking the shit up. But I preferred it to stay powder because you can get more money. You know what I'm saying? Selling the little quarter teas. You ain't even have to wear it. You just get the little quarter teaspoons and put them in snow seals. Then Ready Rocks hit like about 82 in the city of Compton, yeah.
Okay. What was Eazy like during that time?
Oh, he's a cool little dude and stuff. Before I went to the pen, he started getting into that music stuff. So he was in the a few times I was over there cooking, he was there making that racket. I'm like, man. He's like, how that shit sound? Man, that sound like some bullshit. I guess I was used to the nursery rhyme, and, you know, more rhyming, you know, like Sugar Hill, Fat Boys, fucking Houdini, them, they was doing mostly rhyming. And he was turning that stuff to the gangster rap. Then I went to the pen in like 85, and about 86, 87, this shit hit. It cruising down the street in my 612. I didn't even know that was easy. I had been listening to the cassette tape, you know what I'm saying? Listening to that, like, damn. So one of the homies came up there and said, man, like, man, what Eric Wright doing? He like, man, you heard that song, Cruising Down the Street? I said, man, that's easy. He called himself Easy. I'm like, damn. He blew up. Like, fuck, man, my nigga, yeah. And shit, I was proud of him when I got out of it. He was on, you know? Shit like that, yeah, he was on like a motherfucker. One day he was sitting in front of my house. I was in that same 6'4", playing that No Vaseline. Like, damn, I didn't want to do my boy like, you know what I'm saying? Like, damn, he like, damn, dog. Like, yeah. He was a good kid too, man. Good dude, man. And they didn't, that Compton, they didn't give him no justice in that shit, straight out of Compton. That was bullshit.
Yeah.
That was bullshit.
How he was broke.
Okay, and they didn't, Suge didn't do no bullshit like that or nothing like that. We was, man, ate Suge ass up over there. You know what I'm saying?
So you went to prison from 85 to 89, right?
Yeah.
What did you go to prison for?
This dude, I got
jumped
jumped
at a liquor store?
Yeah, and I got jumped at the liquor store and dudes that fucked me up really bad.
What happened? They were trying to get in your door, or what was the story with that?
I was coming out the motherfucking liquor store, and I didn't even know what was up because I had lived in Long Beach, and we had got into it the night before. So I was getting in the car. And the dudes came. They was like 8 deep. Like damn, and somehow they got my other side of the door open and they got me, rushed me, fucked me up real bad. Hit me in the head with a pole and shit, fucked me up, broke my little chin. So I went to my house, got my shit, machine gun, and my 9mm. I put my 9 back here in my back and went out, jumped in my Camaro, went around there, shot up dude's house. Then once I hit the corner, once I finished shooting up his house, I hit the corner, his brother was right there. I jumped out on his ass. And by then, my homies had followed me around there. It was like, what the fuck up? I didn't tell them shit, I just jumped it. But once I got out the car, I seen his brother, got on his ass and fucked him over. I didn't shoot him, I just hit him with the gun. He went down, started kicking him in the face, fucked him up real bad and shit. Then I went to prison for that. I went to the hospital. By the time I got out, Compton police took me to jail for that shooting. And,
What was the craziest thing you seen in prison during that time?
craziest thing, first day I went to the yard, you had to have a privilege card to go to the yard on the weekend. Went to the weekend yard the first time. Shit, Mexican had a knife in his chest and he fell on it. I'm like, damn, this shit is serious. Joke. Back then I was in gladiator school. It's called DVI Tracy. It's like fucking about 1,500 Crips up at that motherfucker. It was on. Yeah.
So you get out of prison in 1989, and in 1990, your brother is killed. Your younger brother?
No, my older brother.
Your older brother, okay.
Yeah.
And what was that like? How did that affect you? Was it gang related?
I don't know if it was gang related, but he was my best friend, you know what I'm saying? Because we grew up in the same room together. You know what I'm saying? We was real tight, and that fucked me up. Yeah.
I can imagine.
Yeah. He was like 28, I was like 26.
Oh, okay, so you guys were real close in age and everything.
Yeah, played on the same football teams, baseball teams, all that shit. We ran on the track team together, all that shit. Yeah.
Oh, okay. You're 11 years older than Orlando? Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. How old was Orlando when he got jumped in or became a Southside?
I don't know. I was in prison, and how old was Orlando when he didn't get jumped in. You don't got to get jumped in. Yeah.
Okay. Well, how'd you feel when you heard that your nephew
What's that?
became a member? How did you feel when you heard that Orlando became part of the Southside?
How did I feel?
Yeah.
I don't know. I prefer to just talk about me. You know what I'm saying? I prefer to talk about my situation and what I went through and stuff like that. You know.
Okay.
Yeah, because I don't really, I'm 11 years older than him, so we wasn't in the same world. We wasn't hanging with the same people till later on, So, yeah. Plus, I was in prison, too. I didn't know what was going on with him like that.
All right. You know, this is a question that I always see on the internet. I don't even know if you know the answer to, but being that I always see it.
What you see on the internet? I'm
Okay.
curious now.
All right, this is a question I always see on the internet, so I just thought I'd ask you. Are you familiar with Suge's homie, Jake Robles?
Who?
Suge's homie,
Yeah, Jake Robles. Yeah.
who was killed in Atlanta.
Yeah.
Well,
I heard that bullshit too. That's some bullshit. That Lando and Corey was there. Some bullshit.
they wasn't there.
Hell no.
A question that I see on the internet a lot is people always wonder, was Orlando there when Jake Robles got killed?
Nobody knows for sure. According to the best witness in the case, which was the off-duty deputy sheriff who was moonlighting as a security guard there, and was one of the guys that broke up the melee between Suge and Puffy's people. He positively identified Orlando in a photo lineup. He looked at the photo of Orlando and said, absolutely, this is the guy that was in the blue jacket, in the powder blue jacket. So that's what we have. We have an eyewitness from a credible source saying Orlando was there. I don't know for sure. I think Keefe denies it. So it's a big mystery.
Oh, okay. Did you guys ask Keefe when you did the big interrogation?
I think so. If I remember correctly, I think we brought it up and he said, no, Orlando wasn't there.
That's some bullshit.
And I heard Orlando was never ever convicted of a crime.
Never.
Never.
Yeah.
Graduated high school.
All that. Did part-time at Whittier College. All that. Good kid, man. Good kid. Yeah.
How did you meet Zip?
How did I meet Zip? Oh, through the game. Through the drug game.
Okay. And how'd you first start hanging out with Puffy and them?
Well, really, this is boxer. He was from our neighborhood. And he was married to Tanisha Arnold. And we went to a party that Will Smith and Jada Pinkett had gave. And I met him there.
Okay.
That was like 92. Like 92.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Puff eventually got in touch with you to use the car?
Yeah, I had a hydraulic place. Me and my brother, we had a Compton hydraulics. And he called up there using, wanted to use a lowrider. And I took my lowrider up there and it was Usher first video, Can I Get With You? And Puff was driving.
Usher was all over the car. Did they mess
Yeah,
the car up?
yeah, he fucked the car up. And when the car came back, it was dented up. I called him like, man, goddamn. And he had to paint the whole car over again because of candy paint. It can't match. You know what I'm saying? He had to paint the whole fucking car. It cost like $4,000 to get the car done again. Yeah, but little Usher was like, Mom, I want to buy this car. Like, kid, that shit is priceless on boy. You know what I'm saying? It's like my baby, you know. I had been owning that car like 10 years when he used that car, and he was like, Mom, I want to buy this car. I had turned down the Japanese for the same car, $50,000. They offered me $50 for the car, but it was like my wife, my girl, you know, that was my baby, you know, my 6'4" Chevy, yeah.
So when was the first time you went out and went to a concert or anything with Puff?
First time, it was like, what was that, 90. First concert we went with Puff was 95 on that BET tour crew. Yeah. The first one was San Diego. The next one was Anaheim, Las Vegas. Then we did the Summer Jam in 95 on, 95, that was Summer Jam at Irvine Meadows. Did the Summer Jam, we was on the stage with him popping bottles, Cristal and shit, and Dome. My boy Suge was over there on the other side and shit. Biggie was fading that No More Chance. One More Chance, I mean. Did that Dangerous. That shit was Who Shot You, all that shit. That shit was hard. You know, Biggie was big back then. And I seen Suge that day getting jealous of that shit going down right then. Swear to God. When we came off the stage, after they did their 3 songs, the little revolving stage went around, and Suge was waiting on me right there. He called me, Keefe, what's up, big dog? Homie, I was like, what's up? Like, man, how you know them? Same way I know you, you know? So, yeah. And I seen Suge getting jealous that night. But that night, Puffy gave an after party at the El Rey. And them Dog Pound dudes was there. Snoop, Coverup, Daz, and Nate Dogg, they was there. And we was up in the VIP. My girls and them was sitting down at the, I had set them down at the table. So they asked me to go get them some bottles and shit. When I get back, fucking them DPG Jews had took my girls in them seats. Oh man, I went in on their ass. I'm like, motherfucker, I don't know who y'all punk ass think y'all are. Get y'all ass up, you know. Like, okay, big homie, okay. Like, yeah, they tried to take my girl's seats up in the VIP that night. Couldn't believe that bullshit.
The Source Awards happened, and Suge, makes those comments. And then after that, Zip was in town, and Puff called and asked if it was cool to come out for a show or something.
No, that's after the Jake Robles shit. He had, that's when he did that BET tour. He called and asked, is it cool to come out? I'm like, man, just give me 50 tickets. We'd be at every concert.
Can you take me through the incident of Suge making Puffy's friend drink the piss?
Again, that was something that was reported, kind of urban legend. We know for sure an assault took place with Mark Anthony Bell at the Christmas party, and they're in the police report. It doesn't say that he. So this is just kind of information that came about based on other people that were at the party, and it's one of those kind of things that probably got a little over exaggerated. Most certainly there was an assault that took place involving Dre and Tupac and Norris Anderson and Suge, among others, when they accosted this guy and beat him up trying to find out where Puffy's people were.
So Tupac and Dr. Dre were both there when it happened?
According to the crime report. According to the police report that was made out by Mark Anthony Bell, who was interviewed by both the FBI and the LAPD, those are the people he identified as some of the primary aggressors in the incident.
Okay, and why was Suge going after this guy?
Going after Mark Anthony Bell?
Yeah.
Because he thought he had information about where Puffy's family residence was in LA.
Okay, and around what time? What time was this?
Christmas time, 1995.
95. Okay, so this was right when things started to heat up between. Okay, so this is way past the Source Awards.
Yeah, so this is 95. But things had been heated up ever since Tupac got out of prison. Things had always been hot, and after Jake Robles got shot and killed in Atlanta, things were even worse. And so there was ongoing confrontations and incidents that just kept fueling the fire, and that was just another one of them.
Did you ever go to any death row parties?
Yeah, I went to a few death row parties.
Okay.
Okay, that one on Halloween, when DJ Quick got into it with that dude from Rolling 60s. I was at that party. Then he gave a video shoot with the 69 girls. He invited me out there, and all them little Compton police was down there. It was right wage security. It was Little Reggie, Reynolds, and we all got all our cars. It was maybe 18 of us. Got all our cars, and they like, I don't know why y'all come out here. You motherfuckers ain't getting in. So it was this broad that I knew from Compton. I tell Suge to come down there. He came down the hill. Nigga, he had a badass house too. I ain't gonna lie, that motherfucker was fly. So he came down the hill, and he like, KBD, who all with you? I was like, man, all of us. He like, all y'all? Like, yeah, he like, let them all in. And I walked by the police like, yeah, fuck y'all, bitch. Yeah.
How was the party?
Oh, it was nice. It was pretty cool. It was pretty cool. That was a nice ass house too, boy. Had a Serenity pool. Shit, and his backyard, they was looking over the whole of Gura Hills. It was up there in Hidden Hills. That shit was nice. And his balconies was, man, big as this room. You know,
Okay.
he had like 8 balconies on that house. That thing was nice as a motherfucker. I ain't gonna lie, yeah.
All right. So we get to there was a situation at the Lakewood Mall.
Yeah.
What happened there?
Oh, I wasn't there.
You weren't there?
I wasn't there, but my little homeboy was going to play football for Arizona, University of Arizona. And he's up there by himself, waiting on the homies to come up there. And there was 3 death row dudes up there. They was up there sweating, you know, trying to show their little muscle and shit. So once the homies was gonna go up there and buy him some shit to go to school with, you know, like sweatsuits, sweatpants and shit, you know, athletic shoes and shit to go to college with. So once the homies hit the door, the homie that was going, his name was Marcus. He's still on the dude and snatched his chain, knocked dude all through the shoe rack and shit. Fucked him up.
Keefe D had said some guy named Marcus took Trayvon's chain.
Probably Marcus Hunter.
Okay, and so it wasn't Orlando that actually took. Did the chain actually get taken? Like, did they leave the store with the chain?
It really depends on who you're talking to. Of course, this all happens outside, not in the store. It happens outside, and there's, you know, a physical confrontation, a fist fight. The chain either does get taken and then it's, you know, it's recovered, or it's taken and not recovered. Depends on who you talk to.
When Trayvon comes over and say, hey, there's Baby Lane, the dude that tried to take my chain. Try to take my chain. Everybody keep that, you got to get that cleared up. Trayvon didn't lose his chain.
Yeah, snatched the loop, yeah.
So this was like the beginning. Was there any, now after this happened, did it cause any beef between you guys' neighborhoods?
Nah.
No.
I seen Suge gang times after that. That's when he invited us to that thing to go to when his car got shot up that night. We had seen him after that.
So that was after the chain?
That was after the
got
change.
Taken.
Yeah, that was after the change.
Okay.
And I seen him the day before the fight. Shit. I was out in front of the MGM waiting on my car. He pulled up in the little Rolls Royces.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
we'll get to that.
Yeah.
We'll get to that. Now, there was no bounty on the necklace. You never heard about anything like that?
$300 necklace.
But that's not, that's not the necklace.
$300 necklace.
Tupac's necklace was not a $300 necklace, bro.
Well, the little sidekick necklace. Come on, homie.
Well, it was.
It don't make fucking sense.
It was good enough you guys took it though.
Take it, man. What we gonna do with that? Our changes was better than them. Come on, homie. It's bullshit. We got class, homie, and we was rich, homie. We was rich before they even got started. Southside was having money before they even got started. Matter of fact, we started them. Shit.
Okay, so at one point, Bad Boy had a concert at the Pond, and I guess at the after party, Puff came out with just a towel on, and there was a bunch of your homies there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Who told you about that?
So
the homies?
No,
you read it somewhere?
Yeah, I got it somewhere.
Yeah, he came out with a towel on. I don't know what he said, but I know he came out with a towel on. You don't do that in front of, no fucking 50 Crips, 40 Crips like that, man. Goddamn, homeboy. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah. So the first time Puffy mentions going after Pac and Suge, he did it after a show in Anaheim?
According to Keefe D.
Okay. Can you take me through that?
Yeah, they were all at a show, and Keefe D and some of Puffy's people, a bunch of Southside Crips, were all at this hotel. And that's when, according to Keefe D, Puffy makes this kind of announcement that, that he needs some help in this situation, and kind of one thing led to another.
Okay. Was Biggie there?
I don't know.
Okay, but it was just a bunch of Keefe D and his homies?
Yeah, because they were kind of tagging along, being part of the bad boy crew as they came to L.A. because Puffy knew he already had friction with Suge. This was his territory, this his backyard, and so he had aligned himself with these Crips because they were kind of the natural enemies of Suge Knight and people from.
So one day you get a call from Zip, and he asks you to meet him at Greenblatt's Deli.
Yeah.
And what happens there?
We go there and what's her name? Angela Winbush. And what's his name? Mr. Biggs. They was all up there. We was up there eating jelly and shit. Puffy was a couple of girls from the hood and shit. And then he took me downstairs, just got to talking and shit. Yeah.
What happens at the second time he actually gets serious with Keefe D?
Well, the second time, I believe, was at Greenblatt's up on Sunset, and Keefe D says that Puffy pulled him aside and basically solicited his assistants to take care of Suge. And of course, Tupac's name came up, and he was kind of added to the list, according to Keefe D. And that's when there was a kind of a very vague discussion over money. And next thing you know, Las Vegas happens.
Did he seem scared at all when he said that? What was his body language like?
He wasn't too scared. Shit, he was in L.A. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Okay. Did your brother ever go on tour with NWA?
He went on a few concerts with him, yeah.
Oh, okay. So your brother knew all of them and everything.
Yeah. They the same age. And they was doing their little trades together, drug trades together.
You never went with them? You never wanted to roll with them or anything?
And I ain't no fucking I don't do that.
Okay.
People want to roll with me. You know what I'm saying? I don't dig a ride on me. I don't do that. I'm the star.
So you met Tupac a couple of times?
I seen him a few times.
A few times?
I seen him at that party. He was with Puff at that party, and Will Smith and Jada Pinkett they gave.
Oh, okay. You guys didn't talk or anything?
Nah. But the first time I ever seen him was in '89 at the Greek Theater. He was with Digital Underground.
Oh, okay.
And we was out there. He came up in like a diaper. I guess that was his little act. You know how they had put on that little bullshit? Dude put on that nose. Humpty dance, do the dance, you know, that bullshit. And he came out, asked him to smoke some weed with him. Nigga, we just paid $15 a ticket. You better be smoking weed with us, you know. One of my little homies clowned his ass about that. Like, yeah. And he had on that little diaper, nose ring, looking like Bam Bam. Then the next time we seen him was at, he was at the House of Blues. And that's when he had that song, Compton and Long Beach and Rosecrans.
So what was that? How was that a diss towards Southside?
How was that a diss towards Southside?
Yeah. 'Cause that's what you said in the book, that you thought it was a shot at you guys.
Yeah, we just asked him, what's that about? And then dude, Eazy-E or Big Psych, one of them two, they like, one of them outlaw dudes, he was with him, he like, man, he just rapping. Somebody wrote that for him. You all right?
Did you think Tupac was dissing you guys with that?
Nah.
No?
Nah.
All right. Well,
But that hit him up.
You thought he was talking about you guys at the end?
Yeah.
Where he was like, anybody wants to be down with Bad Boy?
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, that's what. And fuck you too. Yeah. But yeah, then I seen him on Sunset. We was just like maybe like July '96. We was at the same club, House of Blues, and Suge and him pulled up in the Rolls Royces, asked us to go to asked us what we was doing. Like, shit, this shit's over. He like, let's go up to Paradise. That's what Suge said. KPD, let's go up to Paradise. Everything on me. Shit, we all jumped in our cars, followed him up there. Once we hit Hyatt in Santa Monica, somebody shot his Rolls Royce up.
We was outside this club called Paradise. We was across the street. Anybody know Club Paradise? It was a gas station right across the street from the club. We were standing at the gas station in a group of about 6 or 7 people, and these are some of the craziest dudes I ever known. These 2 dudes just walk right in, and usually when you got 6 or 7 dudes standing around in a circle, what you do? Walk around it. These 2 motherfuckers walk right through us, through the crowd, and turn around, and they started shooting. Once they got a few things, so we looking at them, probably, like, what's wrong with these crazy motherfuckers? Now I'm on them, like, I'm stepping back. I'm figuring they about to do something, which they did. And those niggas took it, as they walked past the crowd, they turned around and shot. None of us got hit. Well, a dude named Diamond that hung around with this dude that Suge used to hang around named Big West got shot in the leg. But they take off and run. My ass take off chasing them, popping rounds at these motherfuckers as they running. Suge jumps in the Rolls Royce, because Suge jumped and bunched her neck bone behind me. And they run somewhere and run in an alley. And the whole time I'm just firing at these niggas. Pow, pow, pow. And bunch her neck bone right behind me. Pow, they firing. Suge crazy ass in the Rolls Royce. I mean, this is a big old Rolls Royce. Come down that aisle, driving crazy, come down the alley. Driving real crazy and shit. And he, because I guess by then he done got to his stash and all that. And he jumping out of the car with his guns and stuff. And so that's what happened. But the Suge car never got. But Suge, the way Suge was driving and all of that, you would have think it was something involving the Rolls Royce, which it wasn't. Suge just was driving real crazy to come and be back up to his boys.
And shit, like, damn. Like, fuck, man, it was fucked up for him that night. His little red, he had a red Godfather. That thing was laying in the street and everything. Somebody tried to get him that night. Yeah, like, damn. Sunset was ours before they wasn't even started. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. I heard that dude Boosie call me a rat. And I don't sit well with me. Bitch, you don't even know me to be calling me no motherfucking rat, bitch. A little fucking rashy ass dude. I don't like that. You don't know me, bitch. And you don't know no fucking Freeway. And you act like you fucking, what's the name, best friend. You Tupac friend. You was a fucking kid, dude. Stay in your place, bitch. Yeah.
All right.
Rashy ass, you monkey looking ass dude. You ain't no fucking gangster. You calling nobody no fucking rat, bitch.
All right. So at this point, you guys are getting ready to go to a Tyson fight. The Tyson fight.
Yeah.
Okay. And you go to your homeboy, and you also hear that Suge bought 100 tickets for the fight. And you guys leave on a Thursday.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Did you guys meet up with anybody or anything?
Oh, shit. No. We just got our rooms. Kicked it every day. Seen the dude the day before the fight. On that Friday.
Okay.
Shit.
What was the fight like? You guys went to the fight that night? You guys were sitting separate?
Like I say, the day before the fight, the Friday, I'm out there waiting. We out there waiting on our cars. I'm waiting on my car. Man came over there. All them bitches around and everything. He made me look like a movie star. You know what I'm saying? What up, big dog? And people like, he got to be somebody. That's why I didn't understand the next night, want to put tips on my nephew. Goddamn, homie. Yeah.
Yeah, this was the day before, right? You're saying the day before?
The day before.
Okay. So take me through the night of the fight. What
I was sitting there after the fight was over. We had got our tickets from the scapper, my little homie from Rolling 60s. And we had our tickets everywhere, different where. So I told after I could pass out the tickets, told everybody meet me at the cafe. So fight was over, we sitting there in the cafe waiting on our food and stuff. My boy from 1180 East Coast came in there, said that them dudes just jumped on nephew.
By the time they all met up, is when Trayvon comes over and say, hey, there's Baby Lane, the dude that tried to take my chain. Try to take my chain. Everybody keep that, you got to get that cleared up. Trayvon didn't lose his chain. Trayvon, came over there and said to his big homies, which is Neckbone, Buntry.
So he didn't tell
Suge.
Pac.
He
Just said it out in the open.
Said it out in the open. Pop, we talked about earlier in the interview, being who he being. You either ride with me or you not with me. Takes off.
Didn't say nothing to nobody.
Takes off. Ain't said nothing. And runs over there towards the guy. And started literally, hit him and he falls down. The homies doing what they supposed to do, takes off behind him. Run, and then they, stump him out.
I'm like, what? They're like, yeah, they just jumped on your nephew. And they asked us, did we need any help? We're like, no, we cool. And we met up with nephew. And like, them dudes just jumped on me and shit. Yeah.
Okay. So you guys went over there, Suge and everybody was already gone?
Yeah, they was gone already. And
when did you meet up with Zip?
when did I meet up with Zip?
Yeah.
When did I meet up with Zip?
Right.
I met up with Zip,
Before that, right?
we was all at the cafe.
Oh, okay. Zip was with you guys at the cafe,
Yeah.
and then you guys went outside?
Yeah. Yep. Sure enough. Yeah, we went outside.
All right. Did anybody say anything during or before the fight with Orlando? Because I read somewhere that somebody ran up and asked him, are you from the South or anything?
No.
No? None of that?
Orlando was a kid, man. Orlando was a kid. Grown-ass man's jumping on a kid. Yeah, they jumped a baby. They jumped a kid, man. That's wrong, man.
How old was Orlando at this time? He was in his 20s, wasn't he?
I think he was like 20. Couldn't buy liquor. You know what I'm saying?
So you guys meet up with Zip,
Yeah.
and this is where he gives you a gun.
Nah, I ain't gonna say that, but
That's what it says in the book.
well, you don't have to buy the book. Matter of fact, the book is Compton Street Legends. But you know what I'm saying? I ain't just gonna give you it all on where you have to read the book. You gonna make the book a little less excited. You know what I'm saying?
Orlando's been jumped, and Keefe gets word. Somebody lets him know that Orlando's been jumped, and then they go meet up with Zip.
Right.
And what happens with that?
According to Keefe D, Zip and some other guys from New York approach him. They say, hey, we got your back on this. You need some help. And Keefe D says, no, got my boys. We'll handle this. He says, but we have we don't have any weapons. And Zip says something to the effect of, I can help you out with that. They go out to the car. Zip gives him a Glock. And then they go after, on the hunt.
So one of the little homies, like, we at the all week they've been advertising that they giving a concert at the 662 Club. So we go up there to the 662 Club. Wait about an hour. They didn't ever show up or nothing like that. So we was on our way home. Stopped and got some liquor. And stopped and got some liquor. So
There was two cars. There was a van and then the white Cadillac, which was a rental from, I think, Long Beach Enterprise over by the airport. and Keefe D was originally in the van. But after they kind of had a little bit of difference of opinions of whether they should do this, Keefe D gets out of the van and gets into the Cadillac with Terrence, Dre, and Orlando. So there were two cars that originally went over towards the 662.
We stopped at not the liquor barn, but one of them liquor stores out there. Got us some liquor and shit for to go party. Boom, we on our way back.
Who all was in the car that night?
So you have in the back seat DeAndre Smith. He's sitting in the left passenger seat. And then you have Orlando on the right. And then in the front seat is Keefe D as a passenger. And then Terrence Brown is driving the Cadillac.
Oh, you get to Flamingo and Vegas Boulevard for to make that left. And here we see this dude, skinny man, Tupac.
Weren't some girls yelling though?
Yeah, he was like, Tupac. He was hanging all out the window like he was in a parade. And damn, then we like, there he go. Made a U-turn. Hit that little gutter lane. Yep. After that, boom. Dude we went up on the side and boom. Made that right. It was over.
When you guys pulled up, you seen Suge. You looked Suge in his eyes?
Yeah.
What'd you feel at that time?
None.
And at what point does Keefe D give the gun to Orlando?
Just prior to actually pulling up, once they see the entourage going in the opposite direction, they make their U-turn. As they're approaching the line of cars, that's when Keefe D hands it to the back seat, because he knows that they're going to be on the left side of the vehicle, and he's going to have to shoot across the face of Terrence Brown.
Okay. Did he first try to give it to Terrence?
No, he first tried to give it to DeAndre Smith, who was in the back seat behind Terrence.
Okay. And then what happened?
DeAndre Smith was like, nah, I'm not the one who's going to be doing this. And Orlando just grabbed the gun and proceeded to shoot.
You seen the first shot hit Suge?
Yeah.
What did you think when you seen it hit Suge?
I thought he was a goner. But yeah.
Somebody chased you guys and you
Yeah.
still had some more shots were exchanged.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep, sure enough. I had to get the car fixed and everything.
After the shots are fired, the Cadillac takes off, and the girls looks like accidentally ended up following them as they were trying to get out of the way of everything.
Yeah, the girls are just like trying to get the fuck away from the chaos. You know, as the shooting ensues, they're not sure what's going on, and they just go in the direction that seemed like the easiest escape route. So there's nothing like intentional about it. They just happen to turn the same way that the Cadillac did.
Right. And then somebody else from the death row entourage followed Keefe D too, correct?
Yeah, Buntree was driving his Celica, his Supra, and then he had what's his name in the car with him. The name escapes me right now.
Okay. Mm-hmm. And they followed him, and how far did they follow him?
A very short distance. Once they got around the corner, the Cadillac was taken off. They're receiving fire back in their direction, and so they kind of just backed down.
So at this point, you guys abandoned the car and got away from it and stashed the gun in the wheel, right?
Yeah, wheel.
All right. And you guys went and partied. They take off. They go park the car. And did they stash the gun?
According to him.
Where did they stash the gun?
In the wheel well of the car.
Okay. And then they take off walking. And he says they seen Tupac and them in the ambulance.
Well, an ambulance went by. Obviously, they can't see inside of it, so they're just assuming that's because the timing would have been consistent with that being Tupac in the ambulance. So, it's their impression that was the ambulance, and it probably was.
Got back, went to the room, I mean, got back, yeah. And we was walking into the room and stuff. Boom. Shit, and well, the Fed showed all the surveillance cameras where they was following us everywhere. Where they picked us up, going to the cars and all that shit.
In the book, it said you guys poured out liquor for Tupac.
Nah, I nah, I wouldn't pour. I pour that liquor down my throat. I don't pour out no fucking liquor for that dude. Yeah, my editor, I mean, my boy, you know, he was a fan.
All right. So you guys partied that night, and you guys didn't really talk about it. You said you thought he was alive though. You thought he would live through it.
Yeah, he had lived through it for 7 days. He might not even be fucking dead. You know what I'm saying? That's what everybody's saying. Suge saying that shit.
All right. So on your way home, you guys at one point you guys get followed by a sheriff.
Yeah, San Bernardino County Sheriff's for about 10 miles.
So yeah, at one point you started talking to Baby Lane about what just happened.
What's that?
At one point you started talking to Orlando about what just happened, and you were telling him to keep his mouth shut.
I told the whole car shit, keep their fucking mouth shut.
Yeah.
So I'm a vet, you know. It's just that you know, that like that Greg Caden, that crooked shit he did, some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? All the time he had a master plan for a gang for himself, I guess. You know what I'm saying? And he act like he bust me. You didn't bust me, dude. You and them FBI agents get my friends to bust me.
Oh, okay. Okay, I wanted to backtrack a little bit. What was it like when you guys were waiting at Club 662?
What was it like?
Yeah.
We was just gonna
Was
get
it
ahead
quiet?
up.
Was everybody quiet, talking?
No, it was shit. We was just waiting on them. I was gonna, you know, Suge my homeboy, man. Shit. We never had no fucking problems. You know what I'm saying? And he know what I stand for. So I was gonna let them get ahead up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. What would have happened if you guys didn't see Tupac that night? Would you have just went back and tried to get the one-on-one fight?
We would have seen him. We would have ran into him eventually because Sunset was ours. Sunset was ours before they even started. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Keefe D mentions in the interview that he wanted Orlando and Tupac to fight one-on-one, and that's originally what they went to Club 662 for.
Again, this is just Keefe D elaborating on the story with the intention of providing some type of mitigation to the responsibility of it all, you know, and he's kind of talked himself into a corner when he confessed to begin with, and so now he's trying to do damage control with that. And he lost a lot of face with his crew with Southside after they found out that he had thrown Orlando under the bus and that he'd, you know, cooperated with law enforcement. And so now these years he's just constantly trying to figure out a way to juggle it and manage it so that he doesn't look as bad as he did.
So when you guys pulled up, you thought you seen Tupac reach for a gun.
Yeah.
Here's where Keefe D says, you know, he looked Suge in his eyes. And then he says in the book that Tupac reached for a gun, or he thought Tupac pulled a gun on him. Mm-hmm. Is there any truth to that?
It's ridiculous, and Keefe D knows it's ridiculous, and I think Keefe D is trying to, I think he thinks that if he can provide this kind of idea that it's a self-defense situation, somehow that will mitigate his, not responsibility, but I think that Keefe D believes that if he gives there a possibility of a self-defense claim, that should there ever be charges filed, he can make this idea that, hey, the guy was pulling a gun on us, and therefore we just, it's just this long after the fact look, going, well, if I'm going to admit to this, I better figure out how to make it defensible.
Okay. So, would this defense have anything in court?
The whole story is ridiculous. And, he's waited. He had all his opportunities to say that that's what happened with us originally. That would have been the time to tell somebody that, yeah, it was self-defense. Tupac pulled the gun. If he's going to make that claim, it should have been made at the time that we interviewed him. And of course, Tupac wasn't pulling a gun on anybody. He got completely caught off guard. And right. So it's just Keefe D doing what he does. He keeps switching up his story because he's trying to figure out how to stay above in front of this whole thing.
On your way to the liquor store, someone said Suge had dirty cops.
What's that? Yeah. Everybody know that he had them. Cause we seen him at the fucking when we went to the fucking video shoot. It's in there with the right way fucking production security jackets on.
What was your reaction when you heard the guy say that?
What's that?
What was your reaction when you heard the guy say that?
Oh, I knew. Everybody know. The fucking whole town knew that he had them on. You know what I'm saying? Buying them all red cars and shit. They beat us to the clubs. But this motherfucker, you know what I didn't like? He the only one really knew me out of his crew. And he told the fucking people, Keefe D nephew. You know what I'm saying? That was in the fucking next paper the next day. Why the fuck would you say my name, bitch? He said that the next day. And he said that in the Swords magazine. Yo, had the right people. Ooh. He act like he ain't saying nothing, but that motherfucker been saying the shit the fucking first day. He told his crooked cop friends. Then they sick they couldn't get us. They couldn't get me, so they sick the FBI on me downtown. Shit ain't right, man. Punk ass cops beating us to the fucking clubs. Y'all need to stay the fucking police, or moonlighting on both sides of the field. That shit ain't right, man. You know what I'm saying? Shit that they had going on, that shit dirty. You know what I'm saying? Be a police or a fucking gangster. Be at home with your fucking wife. Don't try to be at the fucking club with us. You know what I'm saying? Fucking cops. There before us, Suge cops. And he telling them motherfuckers everything. You know what I'm saying? That shit is wrong. The dude's a college student. He never was no fucking street dude, man. And I guess he don't know the fucking street code. You don't hire no fucking police, you know what I'm saying? People like, he did that shit smart. Hell no. It's bullshit. Then they sick the fucking people downtown on me.
So when you guys got home, everybody was asking you what happened. So everybody kind of already knew knew that something happened?
I didn't tell her so.
So you guys had to get the Cadillac painted and patched up and everything from the bullet holes?
And we took it back to the rental car place.
Was Orlando injured during the fight?
Was that?
Was Orlando injured during the fight?
Yeah.
Did he have to go to the hospital?
Yeah.
His shoulder?
Shoulder, yeah. Kicked his shoulder out of place.
Okay. Does anybody know what happened to the gun?
No, not for sure. Nobody knows exactly what happened to the gun.
What happened, Keefe, did you say they went back? What happened when they went back to the white Cadillac?
Keefe D didn't go back to the white Cadillac. He went home by other means. So the white Cadillac and the gun was managed or handled by the rest of the crew. So Keefe D wouldn't have had any direct knowledge of what happened unless he heard from one of those guys. And he didn't disclose to us what happened.
Do you know what they thought happened to Tupac? Do you know if they thought Tupac was dead at the time? Well, you know anything about their conversations afterwards?
No, Keefe D told us that he thought Suge had been shot in the head. And so his impression was likely, at least in that immediate aftermath, he would have thought that, somebody gets shot in the head. Typically that's a mortal wound. So, the next day, of course, the reports start coming out on the news about Tupac being in the hospital in critical condition. So they would have known as soon as the reports came out that he wasn't dead. I don't know what they thought as far as the shooting. Obviously, Orlando laid down some fire. How many times he shot Tupac, he wouldn't have probably known, but he probably would have known that he hit him.
How did so many people find out what happened so quick?
The fucking the news, MTV news with that man Mike Lampkin. You know,
They were talking about you guys?
shit. They evidently Suge said Keefe nephew. People didn't know me. Keefe nephew. Suge told him that. Yeah, like then he called me a rat. Oh, bitch, you been ratting. Wrong, yeah. Been ratting. You hired the police. Oh man, you just did this shit all wrong, buddy.
It's your Connect left town. Your Connect got mad at you.
No, that Monday, he called me and told me to meet him at meet him at the gas station on Lincoln. I mean Sepulveda and El Segundo. That Chevron right there, and he had the newspaper right there, and it said KPD nephew. Like man, fucking up, dog. And he he left town and went back down to Bogota.
So this fucked up your money for a while.
Yeah, but you know he had some workers out here. They came and reached out.
Oh, okay. Yeah. And that Monday you also met with Zip on Melrose, and Puff called.
Yeah.
And asked if that was you guys.
Yeah.
And you didn't say anything.
I didn't say nothing.
So at this point, they get back. They get back from Vegas, and Monday comes around, and Puffy calls. I believe Zip on Monday, and they meet up.
Keefe said the following day. So if the fight was Saturday night, it could have been in the afternoon of Sunday, or maybe Monday.
Okay. And can you take me through that?
Yeah, he says they're at the wing spot up on Melrose, and he's with Zip, and the phone rings, and it's Puffy on the other end of the line, and he asks the question, was that us?
And what did he say anything?
Well, who, Keefe D?
Yeah.
Talking to Puffy?
Yeah.
Yeah, he affirmed it. Yeah, that was us.
All right. It also said Faith called Zip at that time.
Yeah.
Did Biggie ever know anything, or was he? Did you ever hear about him knowing anything or anything?
Not that I know of. Not that I know of.
In his book, he says Faith called Zip right before Puffy called.
Okay.
Is there anything to that?
No, except that, Faith understood the dynamics of all of these relationships. Faith knew that Zip, she was close with Zip, obviously. And when she would come to LA and these gangsters would be around, Zip would tell her, these guys are just here kind of, don't worry about them, they're just here as basically security or part of the crew. So it would have been natural for her to draw the conclusion after seeing hearing about what happened in Vegas that it had something to do with that.
Okay.
So she, out of curiosity, may have called and just been like, what the fuck, what's happening?
Is there any proof that Biggie knew anything about what was going on?
There's none. So people can speculate, and maybe he did, maybe he didn't, but we don't have any proof one way or the other.
So now at this point, a war breaks out in Compton. I don't know how accurate this is, but it says 12 shooting incidents and 3 people were killed. And it says that there was that the Bloods were offering $10,000 for every Southside Crip killed.
I heard that, but the top dudes was they was asking for 100. Like me and my brother and this dude Corey. Said Corey came over and told us that C-Ray. Yeah, got $100,000 hit out on us. I'm like, what? I said, where you get that fucking shit from? You know what I'm saying? And he said, I'm telling you, dog. I said, well, tell that motherfucker we gonna hit him for free. Bitch, it ain't gonna cost him a dime to get him hit.
At this point, they're back, and now a war breaks out in Compton. Was there bounties put out on Southside Crips?
No, I don't know. Not that I'm aware of. I mean, it's just you don't need to put a bounty out there to declare war on your enemies. I mean, this is just natural reactions to these type of situations within the gang world. You know, you have somebody assaulted or beaten or shot or whatever, and your crew is involved. Well, you're going to retaliate against the people that you believe did it. You don't have to offer money or, you know, some type of reward for doing what you're supposed to be doing to begin with as a gang member.
Right,
You know what I'm saying?
right. Yeah, that's just what Keefe said. The Suge put a bounty on him, or they had put a bounty, or somebody had came by and said that there was a bounty on.
Yeah, these rumors start, and maybe there's some truth to them. We don't know. You know, when Suge Knight was right after at the period of time when this all took place in Vegas, right around that period of time, Suge Knight thought that he had contracts out on his life. So these guys may imagine that it's happening, or maybe they are being told it's happening, or maybe it's true that it's happening. So it's no way to know.
Okay.
Unless people that are involved in it come forward and say, yeah, I'm the one that placed that bounty on him, and it's true. So.
Yeah.
And that Monday, someone got shot 7 times?
Yeah, one of my little homies.
And what was, I mean, that was the first thing to let you guys know that it was about to go down?
Yeah. You know we went back.
Sorry, what?
Southside went back. Believe that. You know that.
Sure.
Yeah. They lost the war. Believe that.
Okay.
Only one person died from our neighborhood. It's like 3 or 4 of them died from their neighborhood.
All right. So you said that Suge left town during the war?
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he left town during the war. They said he was in Belize, I don't fucking where, Bahamas or something. But you know, after the war, jumped off and shit, and they took everybody to jail.
Okay. So, well, you guys were stalking his house, looking for him, right?
Yeah.
What happened with that?
He never came.
And who'd you guys have doing it? Not their names, but
Couple of little white dudes
they were from your hood?
that I knew. Yeah. Couple of little white dudes.
And Suge was never there or anything?
Never there. Never.
All right.
It was, yeah.
And so you guys get raided at one point, and Orlando gets caught and arrested at a raid in Compton?
No, the next day, after I met the Colombian at the gas station, I go on my street, 4 o'clock shift, come on. And the captain of fucking Compton police is Reggie Wright Sr. He comes up, flying up my street, run the stop sign in the police car. So we see this motherfucker. That's when they came with the key remote entry that was like in 96. That's when they just started that shit. When you could lock the door real quick. So we threw all my guns in my truck, locked the door on him, he jumped out. Keefe, let me tell you something, motherfucker. Like, what? You like, this shit coming off. Kill your motherfucking ass, you fuck with my son, motherfucker. You kill my son, his own, bitch. I'm like, what? What the fuck is you talking about? Fuck you. He like, I'm just telling you, motherfucker. Like, damn, this is Compton police. Then 2 hours later, here come his little fucking sidekicks from his neighborhood. They come raid our house, took all our fucking guns. Shit went right, man. You know? And people just think we some wimps. We even had the fucking mayor against us. Everybody, you know what I'm saying? And they ain't had no fucking evidence of none of that bullshit. You know, nothing happened. So that's wrong. You know what I'm saying?
Reached out to Zip?
What's that?
You reached out to Zip?
About what?
To help you guys with some money and some guns?
Yeah. I reached out to him and told him tell dude to send us some papers so we can get us some more guns. But my Colombian partners, they came through for us. Yeah, but that's wrong what they was doing, man. We was in the wrong city, but some police from that I went to school with pulled me over, and I had 245s on me. And they like, it ain't even about this dude, you know what I'm saying? We Crips and all that. Y'all need to stay y'all ass out of Compton. You know what I'm saying? So we ain't with that bullshit. Yeah.
And then you had a meeting.
What's that?
You had a meeting about the war or about everything?
Yeah. At the meeting, yeah.
What happened at the meeting?
I just was saying I shouldn't have ever did that. You know what I'm saying? So there was some snakes and they were listening and they took that shit back down to the 5-0, you know what I'm saying? Should have never said that. Should have never gave that meeting. You know what I'm saying? I made some mistakes, you know. I ain't gonna say I was perfect, but I made some mistakes. And I did a lot of good too for people, you know. Shit. Matter of fact, I did good for Suge. Shit. He know. Yeah.
And so they raided you guys after the meeting?
What's that?
They raided you guys after the meeting?
Yeah, they did a big sweep on both our neighborhoods. Took everybody to jail and stuff like that, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So at one point, I believe around October, Orlando gets arrested.
Yeah.
It's for the Tupac plus another murder he was being investigated for. And they brought him in there for that?
They just did a raid on everybody in our neighborhood that was from our neighborhood.
And were they stressing him about the Tupac situation?
This what happened. This dude the grease man, that night, the grease man came, knocked on my door about 3:30, 4:30, about 3, 4 in the morning. Knocked on my door. He said, "Keefe, it's a fucking sheriff bus at the fucking donut shop. Gang of FBI agents and sheriffs and shit up there. I don't know what's going on." I told him, "Hold on, let me get my shit." So I got my shoes and my shirt. I just ran and jumped in the truck with him. I left my car and everything. 5 minutes later, they was doing that Tupac raid. So after that was yeah. So they let everybody go on both sides. Everybody that had something, they filed a case against them. You know what I'm saying? But everybody that had something that in their possession or at their house, they filed the cases against them. And I got away.
Okay, so at one point, Orlando actually gets arrested for the Tupac murder.
No, he didn't. He never got arrested for the Tupac murder. He was detained to be questioned about the murder of a guy named Elbert Webb. But he made the comment about, hey, does this have something to do with Vegas? But they never interrogated him regarding the Las Vegas shooting. And he was never officially arrested and charged with anything regarding Tupac.
So at this point, you know, the rumors are going around. Everybody kind of knows or thinks Orlando's done it. There's books about it. Does he start to get a complex in public and start to think that people are recognizing him?
No, we ain't worried about nobody recognizing us. We
Not like that. Not like in like they're gonna get him type of way. But he's kind of famous at this point. He's did interviews. He's been on TV denying he had anything to do with it. And so he's kind of famous. And a lot of people think he did it. Does anybody does he have a complex about people looking at him thinking that he killed Tupac or anything?
No. I know ain't no sucker. Yeah, we're different kind of animals, dude. We ain't, yeah. We live this shit, homie. You know?
I hear you.
Yeah. That's why y'all wouldn't understand. You know what I'm saying?
No, I understand. I'm just telling. This is what I read.
That's some bullshit.
That he
Don't believe everything you read, homie.
That's why we're asking.
Yeah. We ain't not no suckers. People get sucker complex. This new shit they got going on and talk about anxiety. What the fuck?
Not like
you know what I'm saying?
Not like
that's some new shit, especially for the black community. We getting no fucking anxiety. But yes, we don't have that, homie. We don't. We live this shit, homie. You can get killed for fucking a second out there in Compton, homie. Drop of a dime. So, we ready for that type of shit, homie. Yeah, that's all I'm saying.
No, I hear you. I hear you.
Yeah.
So he was talking about this with a lot of people. Is that right?
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
No, cause we like peanut butter and jelly, homie.
All right.
Yeah. We was like peanut butter and jelly.
Did you ever feel like when you were out, like people were like, yo, that's the guy that everybody's saying killed Tupac or anything? No? Nobody ever gave you that feeling or anything? Like famous? No?
No.
All right. So at one point you get a call from Orlando, and he wants you to bring 2 guns with you to meet up with Reggie and Suge and everybody.
Oh. Yeah, and the dude, Eazy-E, Lane called me at his office. Said, Unc, bring two gats up here. Yeah? Like, yeah. So we go, I go up there with the 2 gats, get there, it's Big Suge, Reynolds, Sergeant Reynolds, and Reggie Wright. And they hit us with some bread.
Okay. Now this was for him to take the stand and say that Suge was trying to help him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Was Baby Lane suing Tupac in his estate?
What's that?
Was Baby Lane suing Tupac in his estate?
I went to the feds, man, right after that shit happened. So, I wasn't really in the loop.
So Suge's in jail, and this is over the alleged kick that did or didn't happen during the Orlando Anderson. And you guys are trying to get Orlando to say that he didn't kick him. You met up with Orlando. How'd all that happen?
Well, the attorneys mainly set it up. Because David Kenner in defense was like, hey, Edie Fall and them had reached out to him and said, hey, they about to file this lawsuit against, Death Row.
So Orlando was about to sue Death Row over getting jumped.
Getting jumped. He's an assault victim. Why to this day he didn't sue MGM, I don't know. That's who I would have went after. But he was supposed to sue the MGM. I don't know if he did or didn't, but he was definitely about to sue Death Row and Tupac. And so David Kenner was like, hey, let's go meet with him and let's try to get this worked out. So that's when we went and talked to him and was like, okay, we need this to go away. Because Suge's in jail now. And every newspaper article, every time you're on TV, they talking about this. We need Suge out. What can we do to get him out? Because as you can see, Suge was really trying to save you. He was trying to get people off you. Because that's what Suge's initial intent was, trying to get people off Orlando. Like, hey, not here. We can't be doing this here, because Suge worked those clubs and knew Vegas. He knew his cameras all over that motherfucker. We can't do here. But Orlando was holding on to his leg and kept pulling on his leg. And at the end, he was like, nigga, get off me. And kicked him. And that's what, Suge ended up getting violated for 9 years of probation violation.
For one little kick.
Yep.
And then, so you guys ended up, Orlando came in and testified for Suge?
Yeah, so Orlando came in, and so we convinced them and had him to agree. I think he agreed that Suge was really trying to save him and not hurt him. And he came and testified to that fact. Now, Keefe D make it seem like they got paid right there on the spot. No, it didn't happen down the line. I think the estate ended up paying him.
They what?
The estate, the Tupac estate ended up paying him. I forget who it was, if it was the estate or Death Row, but it all was agreed upon by Afeni's attorneys and our attorneys as well.
So this was part of the settlement,
settlement, yeah. See, that's what everybody thinks. It was like, here's $60,000 to come and testify. No, nigga, we didn't give you $6,000 to come and testify. Gave you $6,000 to drop everything. Because if you would have sued Tupac for that assault, come on. How much would y'all ask for if Tupac assaulted y'all back then?
I know people, yeah.
Yeah. People
would've
waiting for that to
wanted a lot.
happen. Hit me.
But people would have been lining up, like, stomp me out.
Yeah, stomp me out. I'll take that ass whooping for.
Yeah, it's true. That's when they settled the 60 thou, because Orlando was filing $1 million lawsuit against Tupac, and the 60 thou was part of that settlement.
No, hell no. That we met at that lawyer's office?
Yeah.
Hell no. That was just to say he didn't get them.
Okay.
That one had nothing to do with that, dude. Nothing to do with that. This was all cash money, dude. With no checks or none of that shit.
All right.
Yeah, nothing to do with no fucking settlement, no lawsuit, or none of that shit. Just some street shit, dude.
All right. Did Orlando use the money to start a record label? Or did he want to start a record label?
Yeah, something like that, yeah. Yeah.
Okay. What do you think? Was that his dream to be a rapper?
No. I ain't really no rapper.
No.
I ain't a boss. You know, I'm gonna be a CEO or something. Real smart, intelligent young man.
All right. So you go to the House of Blues, and they're having a CD release party for, I think it's Eazy-E, and you've seen Snoop and Puff and everybody was there at the Dog Pound.
Yeah.
And you run into Puff.
Yeah.
And what happens?
Oh, my little homie, he was in the VIP up there, and he like, your boy Puff up here. So we went up there, we mingled with him for a little while, and he said that they was gonna give a party the next night at the what's the name, Auto Museum, on Fairfax in Wilshire. So that night, I mean, when we got in our car, and he was getting ready to leave. So I guess he was standing in the Palencia, that's right across the street from the House of Blues. There's a hotel right there, the white one.
Okay.
So we was sitting there on the curb. He came to the car, and he like, "What's up, man?" And shit, dude, we had a internal war going on, so we had our guns, and he was on the car. That motherfucker never took his eyes off of us. Even I'm talking about, he backed up. People was all over him. Puff, Puff. That motherfucker never took his eyes off of us. Like, damn, like we was gonna do something to him. He even tripped over the curb. Yeah. Yeah.
So did he look scared to you?
Yeah, he looked spooky. But I seen him the next night. He let us in at that club. I was one of the baddest parties I ever been to. Night that Biggie got killed.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that was fucked up.
What happened that night?
What happened that night? We went up in there. Got in there with our little passes and shit.
You weren't asking Puff about the money at this point? You weren't like, yo. He didn't want to talk about anything?
What's that? No, listen. I go up there to the club. We go up in the club. And he like, KVD, the FBI is on our ass. They've been on us since we got off the plane. You know what I'm saying? The hip hop police. That's what he called them. And he said the FBI. But so he gave us like 3 bottles. I went over there to the side and shit. Well,
Oh, so you guys didn't really hang out with him that night?
no, then about maybe an hour and a half later, the fire marshals came and closed the club down. Then boom, we was gonna meet up at the Beverly Hilton. They told us to come up to the Beverly Hilton and shit. You know, do our thing up there, have some fun. And shit, once Big pulled out, damn, fucking maybe about a minute later, Big was dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Puffy lets you know that the feds are following him
Yeah.
around, so he doesn't really want to talk about the money or anything at this point.
No.
And
I wouldn't want to talk about no money neither, motherfucker. Shit, he might be worried. You let me know. You know, shit, ain't no telling, shit.
so they were standing there, and Biggie invited you to their hotel afterwards?
Yeah, they both did. The Beverly Hilton. They was gonna go up there, you know, bring some weed, have some party up, you know. But shit, Biggs got killed, man. Then that night, the LAPD came, started letting everybody, telling everybody to go. But most crime scenes like that, they supposed to freeze everybody. You know what I'm saying? Supposed to yellow tape that shit and make nobody supposed to leave. That was weird how they just escorted everybody out. Like, damn. Yeah.
So after that, there was rumors that you guys were the ones that killed Biggie.
That started from the Compton police and Suge, crooked ass cops. Reynolds pulled nephew over and said, y'all killed Biggie too. Like, bitch, fuck you, you know? Yeah, he full of shit. That was just some crooked shit. They just had some crooked monopoly going on Compton. And Suge was behind it with them fucking crooked ass police.
And then at one point, you get your house raided.
Yeah, took my car. And that unsolved, they was talking about, I pulled up, talking about, you looking for me? Oh, man, they didn't see me for 6 months later.
They took your car because it was an Impala, right?
They said, yeah, it was used in the Biggie Smalls murder. And then the same dude, that Reynolds dude, the motherfucker that's on Suge team, came raided my house with the people, LAPD. Talking about, then he gonna leave my wife a word. Talking about, tell Keefe he can turn himself into me. Would turn myself into you. Yeah.
So this time, man, how many times have you had your house raided?
Oh man. About 3 to 4 times.
How much? They got a lot. I take it, man. They must have got a lot of shit during those.
Yeah,
times.
you know they got pictures and they just yeah they came 3-4 times right in my house. Yeah. I was just the object of desire. I guess I'm Mr. Fall Guy. Yeah.
So at one point you get arrested, and you're in jail, right?
Yeah.
And this is when Orlando passes away.
Yeah, the next day.
The next day.
Yeah.
Do you know? Can you take me through the Orlando murder?
Mm-hmm. Orlando and a guy named Little Al, Michael DeRoe, were in Compton. They see some guys. There's reportedly some type of drug debt that exists, and Orlando goes over there to confront them, regarding this drug debt, and it turns into a gunfight.
Okay. Who all dies?
Michael and Jerry Stone die. Orlando dies, and Michael DeRoe gets charged with criminal conspiracy to being involved in all of that, and ends up under this kind of unique California law, gets convicted of all 3 of the murders.
All right, you were on the run for like 4 months?
No, they raided my house for the Biggie thing. Took my car, talking about I killed Biggie and all that bullshit. That was a bunch of bullshit. And in that unsolved, they say I pulled up in that lowrider talking about, you looking for me? Well, man, they didn't get me for 6 months later. And matter of fact, they didn't even get me. They called my attorney and said they just want to talk to me. I went down there, and they was laid out their little shit. I told them, man, I ain't did shit, so I ain't worried about y'all.
This is in 98, right?
This is not, no, this is in, it's like 97.
97.
97, maybe like August when I went down to the LAPD. It was a dude that died. What's his name? Poole, and that other name Miller. I think Fred Miller. One of them, is that his name? It was Poole and Miller, and they was down there. Ooh. But they said, "And I keep it eat, motherfucker. You think you was hiding from you? You think you was hiding from us? We knew who he was the whole fucking time." Which they did because the FBI had tapped the phone where I went to.
Okay. Yeah. This is when you got 70 months?
Yeah, 70 months for a phone call, 7-second phone call.
So what all happened with all that?
One of my boys called and say, you got 2 for 2? I like, yeah. He like, man, what color you got? I like, dude, I'm in a white van. And he like, all right, I'll be over there in 15 minutes. And the feds broke that down as we sold 2 kilos. I described it as being white, and he said the price as 15,000. And they gave me 70 months. They gave my boy 5 years for it. Gave him 60 months.
All right. And you were in Arizona?
Yeah.
And every month they would come and harass you about the Tupac?
They said I was a serial killer. They said I killed Tupac, Biggie, and some other dude. I was like, what the fuck? I ain't did shit. Every month they was coming up there sweating me. So you ain't ever getting out of jail, none of that bullshit. Yeah.
Just harassing you, just...
Yeah, I'm gonna get your ass. And I was like, yeah.
Oh shit, every month.
Yeah. He even told the warden at the yard, this guy don't belong here. He's supposed to be in Lewisburg or fucking Florence somewhere. I like, it ain't the fucking region. The region sent me here. You know what I'm saying? They calculate the points. Like, yeah, you in fucking Disneyland, dude. And every time they was using a psychology game, they was like, each time they would put some different evidence on their board. They want you to see that shit. From now on, gangsters, don't look at that board because that shit'll fuck your head up. It's a psychology game that the feds use on your ass. That little board they put up. That'll fuck your head up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you get out. What year was it when you got out?
I got out 2000 and the end of 2002.
In 2002, okay. Now at this point, you want to know where your money is from Puff? I feel like if it was me, I would have been driving to New York, knocking on the door, like, yo, I need to get paid.
I never asked him for no money or none of that bullshit. I ain't no starving student. I get my own, make a way for myself.
Okay, so in 2007, you run into D-Mac, Puffy's friend.
Yeah.
And and you ask him for the money? Or ask him about the money?
I just said, call your boy. And he's like, man, he said he think the Zip got that. Like, damn. Fucked me up, yeah.
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 All right.
You a motherfucker. You know some shit. Go ahead. Yeah.
I did my homework, man.
Yeah, I see.
Okay, so at this point, I think it's probably like I don't know, 2008 sometime. I think when they started to investigate you.
They started in 2006.
2006, okay. And so you get a call from your lawyer, and he wanted to meet up.
Yeah. Yeah. He said, come meet me on Restaurant Row on La Cienega and Wilshire right there. We met at the Benny Honors. So this motherfucker sat and said, hey man, we eating that little Benny Honors shit. And he said, hey man, you got a cousin named Diane Baker in Dallas, Texas that you been sending PCP to? I'm like, what? I did, the Google was, what the fuck is that? You know what I'm saying? He said, yeah, man, the FBI want to talk to you. Like, what? He said, man, the FBI want to talk to you. I said, man, tell them we're going to suck my dick. I don't talk to them. Shit, the next morning, they was at my house. The very next fucking morning. Yeah.
And what happened when they came to your house?
Well,
they raided your house, or did they just come to your house?
My wife was pulling off to go to work. And my wife was pulling off to go to work. And she they told her, tell Keefe D come down here. And she hollered up the stairs, Keefe, the FBI out here. Like, what? She said, the FBI out here, they want to talk to you. Like, oh shit. So I came down there. First thing they did was take the tracking devices off my cars.
Right in front of you?
Right in front of me. Like, damn. Because while I was in there for the 70 months, I was making my plan so they wouldn't ever get me again. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna make sure, they had upgraded their technology. So they was just one step ahead of me.
Yeah. And they came in your garage, and you guys started talking?
No, when I came out there, they was taking the tracking devices off my car.
Okay. And what all did
So
they say?
we just want to talk to you. And they said if you hire Edie Fall, we got to arrest you. At a high price attorney. Then they said call that dude from that you met at the restaurant.
Were they in the house across the street too?
Yeah, they had rented the house over there. Yeah.
And they said they had you on murders and everything.
Yeah.
But then they was like, he was like, I didn't do nothing. They were like, we know.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
Yeah. I shut the garage down. I shut the garage down, and the little 5-minute thing went off. So it went pitch black. Scary motherfucker. I come back on the light. Them motherfuckers got their guns drawn, scared to death. Like, man, I thought this was a booby trap. Oh, fuck. Then the white dude was talking. Ooh. Then the brother looked me right in the eyes, gave me some street shit. I'm like, keep it D. You know what I'm saying? We got some shit that's going to break your heart. And we got you on the gang of murders. I'm like, what the fuck? I said, I ain't killed nobody. Like, we know.
So they were like, we gonna frame your ass.
Yeah.
Either way.
We got your ass.
Yeah.
So I called that lawyer. We went and met him. And they got to showing me what they got. I said, I'm not telling you shit till you show me what you got. It took them a few days to show me what they got. They had our ass. And they had a lot of people caught up in this bullshit.
They started showing you footage of stuff?
But they came to me for help. I didn't come to them.
Can you take me through how you got Keefe to cooperate?
Yeah, it's the kind of typical investigative strategy where you get somebody to where you have leverage on them. And once you have leverage on them, you introduce the scenario to them and let them make a decision whether or not they think it's in their best interest to cooperate. So that's essentially what we did. Built a drug case against him that was going to put him potentially in jail for the rest of his life, and said, here's your opportunity to mitigate that situation and tell us the truth about what happened in Tupac's murder or Biggie's murder, whichever you happen to be involved in. And he agreed, his lawyer agreed, and there was a formal agreement between the U.S. Attorney's Office and Keefe's attorney, and sat down and started the process of cooperating. And he enlightened us to the details as far as he knew them.
I didn't come to them. They came, knocked on my door for help. Right. They did. You know what I'm saying? I didn't come to them. Well, I don't know why they just didn't do like that in the Army do, just come take everybody to jail. You know what I'm saying? They came, knocked on my door for help.
So after hearing all the evidence that they had against you, you left, right? And they gave you some time to think about it?
Yeah, they just showed me a few shit that day.
A little bit.
They showed me some crucial shit though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, motherfucker. And I told them, motherfucker, man, all I'm gonna do is plead guilty in the first court appearance. And they like, motherfucker, it's over. We gonna book you on a gang of murders. Okay. So they gave me the day before Thanksgiving to January the 9th. Come back with your decision.
So what happened? You go back January 9th.
Go back January the 9th, they showed me what they had. Yeah, they came out with a file.
And they still think that you're the one that killed Biggie, right?
They said, they think, yeah.
Now, how come, why do you think the Keefe has never been arrested?
It's a very complicated prosecution, based on the fact that so much time has passed. We don't get that information till like 2009. A lot of the witnesses and co-conspirators were dead. Keefe's a convicted drug dealer, a known gang member. He's perjured himself before, so his own credibility will be in question. And now you're taking his information, and he has immunity in regard to his own confession. And so now we can only go after co-conspirators, all of whom die with the exception of Puffy. Puffy now is, an iconic music figure with hundreds of millions of dollars, and you're not going to have a very practical likelihood of prosecuting him based solely on the testimony of a known gang member, convicted drug dealer, ex-convict, and who has changed his story several times. So the prosecution in Las Vegas realizes that this is, most likely never going to result in a conviction. Just don't have the credibility in the witness to bring this forward, and that's the problem with it.
Okay. So you had a proffer deal. So that means whatever you say during that day was like nothing
Yeah.
could ever be used against you
Exactly.
during that day.
Yeah.
How come you didn't ask for like complete immunity?
I did.
They wouldn't give it to you?
I did. So I'm sitting here.
Well, the proffer deal is only good for
What you
that
said
day.
that? No. Man, that's why I'm still sitting here.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you said you saved a lot of people from going to jail?
Yeah.
How many people?
Lots. Everybody that was around me that was going to jail.
20, 30, 40?
It was in the 40s.
In the 40s. Okay. Did Puffy or Biggie ever come and kick it in the hood?
Never.
Neither one?
Neither one.
Neither one.
Never. People just be, in a fantasy world, shit ain't never happened.
So now that everything has came out, the Greg Kading's tape has came out. There's been the murder rap. There's been a whole bunch of docuseries, documentaries, and everything. And people have had some negative things to say about you. They've accused you of snitching. Is there anything that you would like to say to anything? Reply to that.
Well, to me, I saved your life. They was gonna take everybody down and punish our community. You know what I'm saying? Some of my family members, a lot of my friends, a lot of my associates, everybody that touched that money was going down. To me, I saved your life. If that's what they wanted, you know what I'm saying? You can call me what you want.
So-
But to me, I'm here free, walking free, and I thank the Lord for that.
Did anybody go to jail over anything you said?
Nobody went to jail. Nothing I said.
So is there anybody in particular or anything that is,
That need-
disturbed you?
They disturb me. I'm gonna come back and hit you with all the fucking good ass information. I got some bombshell shit on the drop with you, big dog.
No.
But Boosie, keep my name out your mouth. You know what I'm saying? You don't know me. You don't know Freeway. You just want, you's a has-been ass rapper. Your days is over. Stop trying to live up off me, bitch. And with your little ashy ass, go get you some lotion or something, motherfucker. Yeah, and I'll beat your ass, little fag. That's all I got to say to you. Keep my name out your mouth, you little bitch. Yeah, I got a bombshell I'm gonna drop. It's coming soon. I don't know. Cam, you're gonna be the first one to get it, big dog.
Okay. Well, what
I got you.
is this related to death row?
Yes, to this whole shit. Yes,
So there's more to this story that you're not telling anybody.
not at all.
Okay.
Only two people know.
All right.
And that's me and Mr. Suge.
Oh.
Yeah.
So Suge knows about this also. Okay.
Yeah. And I hope to beat him to the finish line with it.
Okay.
All
How do you
right.
feel about Suge being locked up?
I don't see nobody oppressed, man, by these people, man. I wish the brother can get out today, man.
What'd you think about the video when you seen it?
When them running them over,
Yeah.
there's some shit behind that shit too. You had to run them over, shit. Shit.
And you've run into Suge since the Tupac incident.
Yeah, I ran into him a couple of times, 3 times. 3 times I ran into him at the championship game. When the New Jersey Nets, we both had just got out. I ran
Did
into
you
him.
guys talk about anything? Or?
Yeah, he said, man, all my homies snitching, doing all that shit. But it was you, big dog. You said it the first fucking day, big dog. You know what I'm saying? I ain't stupid. Keefe nephew, come on, boy. Say my fucking name. I'm wrong as hell. You ain't even had to say shit if you was a gangster. No way in hell, nobody was supposed to do nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but ain't nobody gave you no flack or nothing. Then you said, that rat in Compton said that shit. No, you the rat in Compton, motherfucker. Seem like then none of your entourage know me or nothing. But you told them people Keefe nephew, dude. And you can see it in all the Source magazines. That little interview deal with that little cigar in your mouth with the red and white shirt on. Said the shit then. You had the right people. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So.
They did say one time they asked him, I remember in an interview, they asked Suge if they knew who, if he knew who did it, would he tell? And he said, no, that's not his job. I don't know, that was probably a different interview though that I seen.
But how the fuck they know my name?
I don't know.
Okay, thank you. That's all it is. Keefe nephew. That's all I can say. All right.
All right, man.
All right.